What's up, everybody? Class trial time. If you missed part 1, don't worry. I'll have the video up this week on YouTube. But we're going into the class trial now. Stream canceled. Let's raid somebody. All right. I'm back. So let's go to the class trial, shall we? Chapter 4. We just saw the murder take place in reality, or did it happen in VR? Or both? Let's check the skills. I can buy only like one more skill. Not so great. Financing increases the amount of mono coins obtained after class trials. That's sick. Get paid. But that costs a lot too. Actually, all I have to do is get rid of one skill and I can equip that. How do I remove one? Let's see. What one should I get rid of? Reveals V points. Oh, I don't need the Hangman's Gambit one. I'm good at Hangman's Gambit. Let's put on financing. I want the money. Where's the financing one? Oh, here. Nice. All right. Good to see that some of you made it back anyway. Hopefully other people will trickle in as the case begins, but we'll go ahead and make sure we're on a mean situation here. Let's do it. In session.
Now then, let's begin with a basic explanation.
Ooh. Even Monokuma's bored with this one.
Ah, screw it. This is tiresome.
Thank God. Finally.
You need more motivation.
I do. I really do.
What happened to Monokuma?
Now then, let's start this class trial.
Before we start, I just want to ask something since there's not a lot of us left. What happens if the votes result in 2 first places?
Oh. Then we revote, and if it's still tied, we go to rocks.
Huh? You mean like a tie? It means they're both the blackened. As long as one of them is correct. It's fine.
What? Then we should have all just been voting for ourselves the whole time, and it would have been a tie every time.
Daddy, are you sure you should make a decision like that so casually?
Yeah, it's fine. Whatever.
Thanks. Since that's answered, I can start enjoying this life or death game now.
What game? How long are you gonna keep saying that?
Just ignore Kokichi. The rest of us need to work together to find the truth. Got it? We can't die here!
Oh, you're overthinking it, Zachary. You're overthinking it. You're right, but you're also overthinking it.
Oh my! Himiko has become so determined! It's true! People really do change!
But now she's lost what made her so unique.
That's none of your business!
We should focus on the class trial. First, we need to clarify...
Kaito's the culprit!
What? Say that to my face!
While we were all still logged in, Kaito logged out alone, right? You were able to move freely. Doesn't that mean you could have committed the murder?
Don't screw around! There's no way I'm the culprit!
Kaito right. Kaito couldn't have killed Miu.
How long are you gonna keep saying that? Trusted people can still kill, you know.
You know, I'm wondering the same thing. You know, we're kind of running out of suspicious people, but it seems that one remains.
We already saw that a bunch of times. So many times. Since Kaede.
Kaede. Okay, here we go.
Kaito logged out first by himself. Mew was still logged in though. That's when you poisoned her, right, Kaito?
Kaito culprit? Impossible! Of course it's impossible, because I didn't do it! I mean, we found that bottle of poison on Kokichi's seat, didn't we?
The culprit was trying to pin the blame on me. That diversion was part of your plan, right, Kaito?
Well, Kaito, any last words?
What do you mean, last words?
Kaito logged out first by himself. Mew was still logged in though. That's when you poisoned her, right, Kaito?
Ooh, what? But the bottle also has to turn people's eyes red.
Oh no!
She didn't have red eyes.
Kaito logged out first by himself. Mew was still logged in.
What are my pieces of evidence?
Though. That's when you poisoned her.
She still had her visor on at the time.
Right, Kaito?
I was wrong!
Good start. Off to a good start.
Kaito logged out first by himself.
Bloodshot eyes.
Mew was still logged in though. That's when you poisoned her, right, Kaito?
Kaito culprit? Impossible! Of course it's impossible, because I didn't do it! I mean, we found that bottle of poison on...
The culprit was trying to pin the blame on me. That diversion was part of your plan, right, Kaito?
Well, Kaito,
While he was looking for the secret of the outside world, he was locked out against his will.
any last words?
What do you mean, last words?
Kaito logged out first by himself. Mew was still logged in though. That's when you poisoned her, right, Kaito?
How do I disprove
Kaito
poison?
culprit? Impossible! Of course it's impossible, because I didn't do it! I mean, we found that bottle of poison on Kokichi's seat, didn't we?
The culprit was trying to pin the blame on me. That diversion was part of your plan, right, Kaito?
Well, Kaito, any
It has to be
last words?
poisoned, I think.
What do you mean, last word?
She died with her eyes open and an expression of agony on her face.
Kaito logged out first by himself. Mew was still logged in though. That's when you poisoned her, right?
I think I already tried that.
Oh no!
Kaito logged out first by... Himself. Mew was still logged in, though. That's when he poisoned her, right, Kaito?
I was wrong!
I was wrong!
Kaito logged out first by
No injuries can be found.
himself. Mew was still logged in, though. That's when he poisoned her, right, Kaito?
Kaito culprit? Impossible! Of course it's impossible, because I didn't do it! I mean, we found that bottle of poison on Kokichi's seat, didn't we?
The culprit was trying to pin the blame on me. That diversion was part of your plan, right, Kaito?
Well, Kaito, any last words?
What do you mean, last words?
Do I already have to lie?
Kaito logged out first by himself. Mew was still logged in, though. That's when he poisoned her, right, Kaito?
Mew's alive. Yeah, that won't work.
I was wrong!
This is the quickest
Kaito
game
logged
over
out
ever.
First by himself. Mew was still logged in, though.
Still logged in.
That's when he poisoned her, right, Kaito?
We don't have the login record
Kaito
as some
culprit?
evidence.
Impossible!
It has to be the
Of
poison.
course it's impossible, because I didn't do it!
He didn't
I
poison
mean,
it.
we found that bottle of poison on Kokichi's seat, didn't we?
On Kokichi's
The
seat.
culprit was trying to pin the blame on me. That diversion was part of your plan, right, Kaito?
Why is
Okay,
Kokichi's
so-
seat
Any last words?
important? I mean, I can agree with that, but I can't because it's orange. It was found on Kokichi's seat, so like that's accurate.
Words.
What do you mean, last words?
Can't wait to see what the explanation is for the right answer.
Kaito
Let's
logged
see.
out first by himself. Mew was still logged in, though.
I was wrong!
Kaito logged out first.
Nope,
by
Kaito's the
himself.
murderer. We did it.
Mew was still logged in, though. That's when you poisoned her, right, Kaito?
Kaito culprit? Impossible! Of course it's impossible, because I didn't do it! I mean, we found that bottle of poison on Kokichi's seat, didn't we?
The culprit was trying to pin the blame on me. That diversion was part of your plan, right,
Small
Kaito?
antidote bottle?
Well, Kaito, any last words?
What do you mean, last words?
Kaito logged out first by himself. Mew was still logged in, though. That's when he poisoned her, right, Kaito?
Kaito culprit? Impossible! Of course it's impossible, because I didn't do it! I mean, we found that bottle of poison on Kokichi's seat, didn't we?
The culprit was trying to pin the blame on me. That diversion was part of your plan, right, Kaito?
Well, Kaito,
What do you mean, last
words.
I mean,
Kaito logged out first.
I think I know what I want to say, but I don't know how to say it again.
Mew was still logged in, though. That's when you poisoned her, Kaito?
Kaito culprit? Impossible!
Impossible. Well, my last words are, it's been great, y'all. It's been great, y'all.
Damn it!
They don't trust me. This case is over.
Is this...
Make preparations and retry.
We can't let it in? Wow. Game over on the first one. This
This is frustrating because I know what I want to say again, but I don't know how the game wants me to say
Kaito
it.
logged out first by himself. You was
What does the hammer have to do with this? Not at all. Nothing.
still.
Objects can't break. Yeah, none of this is all virtual stuff, so like no one cares.
Logged in though.
Kibo was the first to discover her body. She still had her visor on at the time.
That's when you poisoned her, right, Kaito?
Kaito culprit? Impossible! Of course it's impossible, because I didn't do it! I mean, we found that bottle of poison on Kokichi's seat, didn't we? I was wrong!
I can't even commit perjury correctly.
Kaito logged out first by himself. You was still logged in though.
This is going to be a really stupid thing, isn't it?
That's when you poisoned her, right?
No injuries can be found.
Kaito?
Kaito culprit? Impossible! Of course it's impossible, because I didn't do it! I mean, we found that bottle of poison on Kokichi's seat, didn't we?
The culprit was trying to pin the blame on me. That diversion was part of your plan, right, Kaito?
Well, Kaito, any last words?
What do you mean, last words?
Commit perjury with the badge.
Kaito logged out first by himself.
Maybe it wants me to say this.
You was still logged in though. That's when you poisoned her.
Right, Kaido.
Kaito culprit? Impossible!
Of course it's impossible, because I didn't do it! I mean, we found that bottle of poison on Kokichi's seat, didn't we?
The culprit was
Trying to pin the blame on me! That diversion was part of your plan, right, Kaito? Well, Kaito, any last words? What do you mean, last words? Kaito logged out first by himself. You was still logged in, though. That's when you poisoned her, right, Kaito?
What else haven't I tried?
Damn it!
Kaito logged out first by himself. You was
Hope
still
Restoration
logged
Simulator. I don't know about that.
in. That's when you poisoned her, right, Kaito?
What are my other lies?
Kaito culprit? Impossible! Of course it's impossible, because I didn't do it!
Oh, it's the
We
antidote.
found that bottle of poison on Kokichi's seat, didn't we?
The culprit was trying to pin the blame
Kaito's
on me.
lie.
That diversion was part of your plan, right, Kaito?
Well, Kaito, any last words?
Mono Cubs file.
What do you mean, last words?
Kaito logged out first by himself. You was still logged in though. That's when you poisoned her, right, Kaito?
Kaito culprit?
Impossible! Of course it's impossible, because I didn't do it! I mean,
We found that bottle of poison on
Dang it.
I was wrong!
Kaito logged out.
This feels like it should be
first
so
by
obvious, but I don't get it.
himself. You was still logged in though.
Is it that? I mean, she was
That's
logged
when you
in.
poisoned her, right, Kaito?
Kaito culprit? Impossible! Of course it's
It's got to be the
impossible,
poison
'cause I
line,
didn't
but I
do
don't know
it.
why it's not accepting anything that I throw at
We
it.
found that bottle of poison on Kokichi's seat, didn't we?
The culprit was trying to pin the blame on me. That diversion was part of your plan, right, Kaito?
Squeaky hammer.
any last words?
What do you mean, last
Words! Kaito logged out first by himself. You was still logged in, though.
That's when you poisoned her, right, Kaito?
Kaito
Culprit? Impossible! Of course it's impossible, because I didn't do it! I mean, we found that bottle of poison on Kokichi's seat, didn't we? The culprit was trying to pin the blame on me. That diversion was part of your plan, right, Kaito? What do you mean last words? Kaito logged out first by himself. You were still logged in though. That's me poisoned, right, Kaito?
Is there like some third mechanic I forgot?
I was wrong.
Can't lie,
Kaito
can't tell the
logged out
truth.
first by himself.
I'm just gonna try everything on that line because that's the right line, 100%.
Oh no!
Kaito logged out first
By himself.
You were still logged in though. That's me poisoned, right, Kaito?
I got nothing.
Is this?
Kaito logged out first by himself. You were still logged in though. That's me
Poisoned or right,
What's
Kaito?
I on?
Kaito!
Culprit? Impossible!
Poison?
It's impossible, because I didn't do it! I mean, we found that bottle of poison on Kokichi's seat, didn't we? The culprit was trying to pin the blame on me! That diversion was part of your plan, right, Kaito? What do you mean last words? Kaito logged out first by himself. You were still logged in though. That's me poisoned, right?
Didn't I try that like right away? Are you for real? That's like the first thing I tried.
Mew wasn't killed by poison, and the warning on the label proves it.
I literally tried that first because I said that. Unbelievable. I said the poison causes red eyes.
Drinking the poison would result in subconjunctival hemorrhaging.
Ugh, I'm so mad. That's literally the first thing I said.
In other words, your eyes would be bloodshot.
Oh, but Mew's body.
Ugh, it's so frustrating. I'm so mad.
That's right. Her eyes weren't bloodshot. She wasn't killed by that poison.
Oh, now they see. Now they get it.
Then what was that poison for?
Probably a diversion. The culprit wanted us to think Mew died by poison.
Then, what was her real cause of death?
She died in the game. She died in real life.
This is it!
All right.
Mew's cause of death was
For-
the killing game simulator itself.
Forgetting everything that happened so far. And we're moving on.
In the virtual world, if your avatar takes fatal damage, your real body dies of shock. That was made clear in the program's text file.
Miu received fatal damage in the virtual world and died from that shock.
In that case, it's fair to say that the cause of death was actually the simulator.
Gonta has question. Where is this virtual world place? What floor is it on?
If you don't understand, then don't say anything.
Do you want to die?
If Mew was killed in the virtual world, then the next thing we need to figure out is what caused her to incur fatal damage within the virtual world.
So her cause of death in the virtual world is the one that matters.
Oh, it seems like Gonte is confused. So why don't we review things a bit? So we split into two groups to find the secret of the outside world.
The ones who searched the mansion were me, Shuichi, Samugi, Gonta, and that NPC Kaito.
Hey, who you calling NPC, you ASS?
Oh!
And the others who searched the chapel were Keyboy, Maki, Himiko, and the late Mew.
How could someone have given her fatal damage in that situation? That's what we gotta think about. Now, let's all work together.
Aww, little Himiko is all grown up. Too bad your chest hasn't grown up, though.
Womp womp.
That was uncalled for. Someday, my chest will grow like crazy.
Let's begin then.
Let's begin then. Everybody tag yourself. I'm Kibo. Let's begin then.
In the virtual world, Miu was fatally injured. So let's focus our efforts on that first.
Whoever did that to Mew was dropped right next to her avatar. It has to be the hammer!
Hammer.
Or going to beat her with his bare hands.
Are we certain that blunt force was involved? I think strangulation is more likely.
I agree. How do I agree? I agree.
It's possible.
She was pushed from a great height.
In the virtual
World, Mew was fatally injured. So let's focus our efforts on that first. Whoever did that to Mew was dropped right next to her avatar. It has to be the hammer! We're going to beat her with his bare hands.
Are we certain that blunt force was involved? I think strangulation.
It's possible she was pushed from a great height.
Could she have dropped? In the virtual world, Mew was fatally injured. So let's focus our efforts on that first. Whoever did that to Mew was dropped right next to her avatar. It has to be the hammer! We're going to beat her with his bare hands. Are we certain that blunt force was involved?
I think strangulation is.
Agree.
I agree.
Consent with best girl.
Mew's body showed severe trauma and signs of a struggle.
Yeah, she looked like she suffered. Very hard to look at.
Right. And the virtual world is connected to our 5 senses. If her body experienced pain, she must have been in pain in the virtual world as well. Knowing that, I believe Maki is correct. Mew was strangled to death.
Yeah, definitely. Strangling and poison are the only methods that can make her look like she's suffocated. But we already removed the possibility of poison, so it can only be strangulation. Also, when a victim is poisoned, they commonly grab their chest or mouth. But Mew was holding her throat. It's obvious she was trying to protect her windpipe.
Oh. The Assassin Master gets really chatty when it comes to corpses.
In that case, her exact cause of death is being strangled in the virtual world.
But is strangulation even possible in the virtual world? If the avatars were equally strong, it would be difficult to strangle a resisting victim.
Yeah, if she was just as strong as them, no way they could have strangled her.
Then the culprit would need a tool. There are tons of cases where a weaker person would strangle a stronger person with a rope.
Wow, you know a lot about killing, nerd.
Nerd. Apparently, if you know a lot about killing, you're a nerd.
But was there even a rope in that world? I don't remember seeing one.
And they must have used something else as a rope.
I got it. Good old-fashioned TP.
This is it!
I was hoping for a hangman's gambit on that
During the
one.
investigation, we found toilet paper outside the mansion. I'm guessing that the toilet paper was used to strangle her.
Gonta, no can ignore that!
Gonta getting involved.
What you mean, Shuichi?
Huh? What's wrong?
What, wrong? Shuichi goofing off! Not gentlemanly at all!
Okay, Gonta. I'll put you in your place.
It's no time for nonsense! You know can use toilet paper in place of rope! Would tear too easy!
Oh. I forgot to hit
Gonta
Y.
know that, and Gonta not smart!
I forgot to hit Y.
It's no time for nonsense! You know can use toilet paper in place of rope! Would tear too easy!
I'll cut through your words!
Cut through your words. Well, Gonta didn't even last one round.
The toilet paper wouldn't tear, because in the virtual world, objects are unbreakable.
Breakable? You're so dumb, Gonta. You didn't even know that?
If objects can't break in that world, then toilet paper shouldn't be able to tear. And since it couldn't tear, it could be used as a rope.
Gonta not really understand, but... Sorry, Shuichi. Gonta was wrong.
It's okay, Gonta. Don't worry about it.
Killed
Thanks,
by
Gonta.
toilet paper. It was a fitting end for her.
It actually really was.
A fitting end? I do not fully understand that logic.
But if Mew was killed near the chapel, why was the murder weapon by the mansion?
Maybe the culprit tried to get rid of it to destroy the evidence.
If toilet paper was the murder weapon, then what's the deal with the hammer next to her?
Perhaps the culprit prepared a backup weapon, just in case.
No, the culprit didn't bring the hammer.
No? But who else but the culprit would bring a hammer?
Two.
That's it! Mew was the one who brought the hammer.
Mew bring hammer?
Remember what she told us?
Yeah, she did say she deleted any dangerous objects.
If that were true, she wouldn't have missed something like a hammer. Meaning that Mew must have left it on purpose.
On purpose?
But why she do that?
All right, let's keep it going. Ever since question 1, we've been doing fine.
Let's assume that Mew brought the hammer. What was she planning to do with it?
Maybe use it to break down a wall?
Uses for a hammer. Gonta no! Mew gonna build stuff with hammer!
She probably just brought it for self-defense.
Or she secretly met up with someone and tried to kill them with it.
You idiot! She was the victim!
Let's assume that...
So, what's unclear is, did she physically have to build the wall in the virtual world, or did she just code that? Because I think she just coded that. She wouldn't need a hammer to do that. But
Mew brought...
she was going to meet with Kokichi, so I think that's the real plan.
brought the hammer. What was she...
This is for a hammer. No, you gonna build stuff with hammer. She probably
Just brought
for self-defense.
Or she secretly met up with someone.
I agree.
My partner in crime, Oma, helping me solve the case.
Mew was gonna meet up with someone in the virtual world.
Mm-hmm. With me. I was supposed to meet up with Mew on the roof of the mansion.
What? Is that true?
I overheard them talking about it at the chapel.
By the way, Mew asked to meet up with me before we went into the virtual world. I totally forgot where we were supposed to meet, so good thing Keyboy spied on us.
Wait, so Mew called Kokichi out?
If Mew brought the hammer, I wonder what she was planning to do with it.
She was planning to put the nail in your coffin. Where are all of my followers going? What happened? Thought this was a stream we all appreciated the puns on. Unbelievable. Nothing but silence. Oh, we gotta answer a question. Miyu asked to meet up with Kokichi so she could use the hammer. Kill Kokichi, make Kokichi kill someone, plan a murder with Kokichi, confess her love for Kokichi. Nothing says love like a hammer.
That's it! She was trying to kill Kokichi.
She was what?
Yep, she plotted to meet up with me and then kill me with the hammer. If you want to prove this, you'll need to figure out Mew's plan, okay?
Oh, we're going into the taxi. Let's go. What's the accelerate button? B. Okay. Let's play Taxi. Who tried to kill Kokichi? Logic Drive? Yeah. I like the play on Crazy Taxi, though. Thinking time. Good. Why is the timer glitched? Oh, there it goes. Where was Miyu trying to kill Kokichi? Thinking time. I mean, technically she was trying to kill him in both. That question's a little misleading. Oh. I hit the wall. Why was the bottle of poison on Kokichi's seat? Thinking time. None of these questions are related, but all right.
It connects.
It connects.
She wanted it to appear as if Kokichi was killed in the real world.
She placed the poison on my seat to make us think the murder happened in the real world.
She did that too?
What? Miyu was the one who put that poison bottle there? No, that ain't right. Something's definitely weird about that.
Yeah, I'm glad we had a minigame for that. Exactly.
When could Miyu have put the poison there?
If she did place the poison without us noticing, then she must have logged out at some point.
And then what? Log back in?
Kokichi, weren't you in the salon around that time? Did you see her log in or log out at all?
Nope, I didn't see that at all.
If she hadn't logged in or out, then you couldn't have placed the poison.
Then who put poison bottle?
The only person who logged out early was Kaito.
Kaito, your grave just got 10 feet deeper.
10 feet deeper.
No, it wasn't me, guys. When could Mew have put the poison there?
If she did place the poison without us noticing, then she must have logged out at some point.
And then what? Log back in?
Nobody logged back in and out, though. Everybody logged in and other people logged out.
Kokichi, weren't you in the salon around that time? Did you see her log in or log out at all?
Nope, I didn't see that at all.
There are no witnesses who can confirm whether or not Kokichi was actually in the salon.
If she hadn't logged in or out, then Mew couldn't have placed the poison.
Then who put poison bottle?
The only person who logged out early was Kaito.
Kaito, your grave just got 10 feet deeper!
Mew logged in at 2306, though.
No, it wasn't me, guys.
She was the last one in.
When could Mew have put the poison there?
If she did place the poison
without us noticing.
then she must have logged out at some point.
I disagree.
And then what?
I didn't see
Not at all. If she hadn't logged in or out, then
Mew couldn't have placed the... That's wrong!
That's wrong.
It was Mew who planted the poison on Kokichi's chair.
Oh, we're back to dropping frames again. This has been a weekend full of frame drops. Are we good? I don't want to continue if it's broken again. Good at the moment. Alright. You guys let me know if panic happens.
She had plenty of time to do it. Here, take a look at this.
Is this a record of who went in and out of the virtual world?
That's right. It says that Mew was the last of us to log in.
The Last of Us.
Yeah, what about it?
If she logged in last, she would have had time to move around in the real world after the previous person logged in.
That right. She could have placed poison bottle on Kokichi's seat.
This was all part of Mew's plan.
She wanted to make it look like Kokichi committed suicide.
She tried to kill me in the virtual world, make us think it happened in the real world, then pin the crime
Oh,
on
pin the
Kaito,
crime on Kaito. Okay, sure.
Well, that's not my fault.
which is why she manually logged you out, just for that purpose.
So she did that to me?
Yes, I'm positive of that. Mew used a method only she could use to log Kaito out manually.
She used avatar error.
This is it! It was the cell phone found by Mew's avatar. That cell phone worked the same way as the phone in the salon. It logs users in and out. I verified this myself when I spoke Kaito's name into it.
I see. With that cell phone, she could force anyone to log out at any time.
But Mew never mentioned a cell phone, right?
That's what Shuichi referred to when he mentioned a method only she could use. She kept the cell phone a secret on purpose, so she could use it for the murder.
So, she really was planning a murder.
And she tried to set me up.
Well, I knew that from the start.
Then why did you say I was the culprit?
Because I wanted to get it through your thick skull. People you trust and defend will ultimately betray you. This is a game of suspicion.
Kokichi is very good at this game.
Well, I think your ideals should stay the same. Because phonies like you are what make the game more interesting. Don't you agree, Monokuma?
Do I? I don't know about that. Huh? Wait, what were we talking about?
I wonder when Daddy's gonna get his motivation back.
Monokuma seems really out of it.
Yeah! If Father keeps slacking off, all the work is gonna get forced onto Mommy.
Huh?
My head! I feel like I'm about to remember something, but I can't.
What's wrong, Monotaro? Pull yourself together!
Anywho, it's a blessing in disguise that Mew died and not me.
What you mean?
Because she wouldn't have said anything about what really happened in the virtual world. You guys would have had a way harder time finding the culprit, you know. She would have been able to lie about the virtual world settings as much as she wanted. And you'd never know that the murder actually took place in the virtual world.
So that's why she decided to attempt a murder, because she had total control.
Then the reason Mew was so insistent we go into the virtual world was...
She was insistent we go there so she could kill us. What a shady person.
What a shady person.
I was sad that she was gone, but now I don't know what to think.
Nice! Backstabbed by a trusted friend. See? That's an ideal fun situation. Now we can start a real class trial.
Hey, Kokichi sort of sound like Monokuma.
Really? I don't sound anything like him.
No, you're just like Monokuma. Both of you are cowards. You never speak the truth or show your true face.
Oh, snap.
Wait, coward? You say some interesting things sometimes, Kaito.
Smiling, putting on a mask, never saying what you really think. That kind of cowardice is just like Monokuma.
Daddy, they're calling you a coward! Aren't you gonna do something?
Yeah, I just gotta do my signature laugh, right? There, I did it.
He's completely lost his drive! Like a one-hit wonder who clings to their former fame!
My head!
Listen up, Kokichi. To hell with this game of suspicion crap. I will never be okay with it. I'm just gonna believe in everyone. Instead of suspecting my friends, I'm gonna find the truth by believing in them.
Well, if you think you can win this game like that, then sure, be my guest.
Of course I can. I don't need your permission.
How long are you guys going to argue? Let's hurry this up and continue. If we don't find the culprit, then we'll all die, you know that?
Oh, you're right. I'm sorry.
If we are going to begin searching for the culprit, let's start with Kokichi's story.
Huh? My story?
You were meeting with Mew, but she ended up as the victim. So it's only natural for us to think you're the killer, right?
Here's my answer. I never met up with Mew.
You didn't?
I tried to go to the roof to meet up with her, but the door was locked.
Isn't lockpicking your specialty? You should have been able to open it easy.
I couldn't pick locks with my avatar body. I didn't have the tools for it either. Also, I never went to the roof, not even for the meeting.
I remember you and Gonta went off together when we first started looking.
But was the door to the roof actually locked? When I was on the roof before logging out, the door wasn't locked.
Huh? How should I know?
Then who locks the door to the roof?
I already told you. How should I know?
When I went to the roof, it wasn't locked. So you gotta be lying.
What good would it be if I lied? I don't want to die either, you know.
Lying would do you a lot of good if you're the culprit.
Oh, I see. I didn't realize that.
I didn't realize that.
What kind of response is that? That's suspicious as hell!
Wait, there's no point in arguing about that now. The truth will come out eventually. Before we get to that, we need to discover the truth behind Mew's death.
Truth?
There were mysterious circumstances surrounding her death. We need to make sense of those first.
Wow, Shuichi, you know your way around this game. Yes, keep up the hard work. The fate of our lives rests in your hands.
So, what is this strange circumstance?
Kokichi claims it was Mew who chose the meeting place. but I'm wondering how she got from the chapel to the mansion's roof.
I see. Mew sent the bridge connecting the mansion and chapel into the river herself.
If that's the case, then Mew might not have even gone to the roof.
Huh? So she stood me up? It's very rude to break a promise. Huh. Mew was waiting for me to arrive. I'm sure she was waiting on the rooftop of the mansion.
No, Mew should have been at the chapel. If you look at where her avatar fell, it's right next to the chapel.
How would she have gotten to the mansion? There was no bridge over the river.
A bridge would be the only way to get across.
So, her meeting with Kokichi...
She stood me up! Mew was waiting for me to arrive. I'm sure she was waiting on the rooftop of the mansion.
No, Mew should have been at the chapel.
That's wrong!
That's wrong.
Mew must have gone to the mansion. We have a witness.
Yeah, when I was searching the dining room, I saw Mew pass by the window. Then why didn't you say so sooner? Sorry, I thought I was just mistaken at first, since there was no way she could have come to the mansion. But I guess I wasn't mistaken after all. That was definitely Mew.
Then, how did she get to the mansion from the chapel?
It must have been some special method only Mew knew, like with that cell phone.
There's no doubt about that. That's why she dropped the bridge. If a murder occurred when it was impossible to cross the river, she wouldn't be implicated. She used a secret method to move from the chapel to the mansion for the murder.
She dropped the bridge to make a huge scene, just to let everyone know it's no longer there.
So, what secret method did she use?
Hacking.
It won't be that easy to figure out. It's called a secret method for a reason.
They forgot to enable VAC on this server.
No worries, guys. As long as we leave it to Shuichi, everything will be A-OK.
What are you saying? We can't just rely on Shuichi all the time. This class trial's for all of us. We're here to solve this together.
You know, I've been wondering that for 3 games now, but it always comes back to me. Everybody else is just sort of here.
You would just slow down Shuichi.
Shut up!
Hangman's Gambit? Oh no. Non-stop. Alright.
The way across it only Mew knew about.
Like a hidden bridge besides that signboard, maybe.
Or instead of bridge, Mew used some kind of vehicle to go over.
Or maybe she teleported with magic. Or she used a warp zone.
Warp zone.
Maybe there's a place you could cross without a bridge.
A hidden route that only Mew could use to get across.
I agree.
Wow. Just agreeing with everybody in this class trial.
That's it, Kibo. There was a hidden route only Mew could use.
Was there really?
Mew modified the program to add a special wall to the world. The wall stretches along the y-axis, but we found 2 such walls in the virtual world. It's unclear whether Mew added the wall by the mansion or the wall near the chapel. We do know that that wall was set so that only objects could pass through.
Don't be naive, Shuichi.
Oh! I was in the middle of my explanation, bro.
What is it, Kaito?
Jeez, you set up a weird wall like that? That is suspicious. But it's got nothing to do with what we were talking about.
Nothing to do with it.
Huh. You don't even realize your mistake? Are you losing your edge? Oh well, my sidekick's mistakes are my mistakes. I'll make it right.
When Joey wants to duel Yugi. Put him in his place. No time wizard saving this guy.
What we gotta figure out is how Mew got from the chapel to the mansion, right? So why waste time talking about the impossible? It's pointless. We gotta take a whole new approach here.
Now, wait just a second. It's not actually impossible at all.
But you just said so, didn't you? That wall Mew set up only lets non-human objects go through it. Humans aren't able to pass through. So Mew obviously wouldn't be able to go through that wall. She's not just an object after all. You get it? So let's go through this one more time. But you just said so, didn't you?
How do I say she was non-human? That was somebody's account, right? Mew's avatar? Is that what I'm looking for? Mew's avatar.
That wall Mew set up only lets non-human objects go through it. Humans aren't able to pass through. So Mew obviously wouldn't be able to go through that wall. She's not just an object after all. I'll cut through your words.
She is just an object.
The wall wasn't the only thing that Mew changed. She also changed her avatar settings from human to object.
From human to object?
Which means the virtual world treated her avatar as an object. She could have passed through a wall that only non-humans could go through.
Is that right?
Don't get ahead of yourself, Kaito. We need to listen to everything Shuichi says. I already told you. The more you try, the more you cause us trouble. It's so totally lame that your own sidekick is dissing you!
Kokichi, enough! I wasn't arguing with him. I was just explaining.
I don't care. That doesn't bother me at all. It just means even I make mistakes. Don't worry about it, Shuichi.
Okay.
It's pretty funny seeing Kaito try to act all tough like this.
Kokichi, please refrain from making such irrelevant and irrational remarks.
So, if Mew messed with the program and made a wall only she could go through,
Then her secret route was through that wall?
that's it, right? Like using a glitch in a game to walk outside the map. I bet Mew had a hidden passage like that in the back of the chapel.
But even if she could walk through walls, was there really a hidden passage? Because Mew said...
She probably lied. There would be no point in going if there was nothing on the other side.
Mew lied.
I wonder what the truth is. There's no way to find out now.
That cum-soaked urinal cake was totally lying about there being nothing past the wall.
Okay. Thought we were above this, but I'll leave it to Oma.
She lived a life of pride, vulgarity, and secrets. Lying would be a piece of cake for her.
Kokichi, you no have to go that far.
it! Don't badmouth Mommy!
Monotaro?
Listen to you, talking about Mommy like she was a terrible lying whore. But Mommy wasn't lying. There was no hidden route in that virtual world.
Oh, there wasn't, huh?
Hey! You can't tell them such an important hint!
Oh, if you say that hint is important, then I guess it must be true.
Oh, shoot!
Ah, jeez. You're lucky you're cute.
So now that we know there's no hidden route, why did she manipulate the program? If there's actually nothing past the wall, then that setting was meaningless.
Mew wouldn't have done something meaningless. She would have had a plan.
Yes. Mew definitely wanted to be able to go through that wall for a reason. We aren't sure why yet, but once we solve the mystery of the virtual world...
Mystery of virtual world?
There have been a lot of strange occurrences in the virtual world. If we can determine why, we will also determine what Mew was up to. We'll know why she wanted to pass through the wall.
All right, let's clear up those strange occurrences.
Yeah, Gonta will help, even though Gonta not know what you're talking about.
Speaking of strange occurrences, I'm just plain worried about that one thing. Remember? That thing that made us notice all the strange occurrences?
That thing? I think it's just referring to this. Talking about when we were both in the mansion. Oh.
Oh no!
Oh, the bang.
This is it! You mean the loud sound that you and I heard in the kitchen?
You all heard that sound too?
Yes, in the mansion's kitchen.
But that sound occurred near the chapel. How did you hear it all the way at the mansion?
First off, sound can't go past the map loading point. Did that sound really come from the chapel?
That sound was something hitting the chapel wall. It was real loud.
And we definitely heard it. We heard Kibo's voice as well.
You heard my voice too?
What? That is pretty strange.
Exactly. That has to be some kind of clue to the mystery of the virtual world.
Okay, well, let's check the answers later and try to find all the other clues first. There was another mysterious phenomenon in the virtual world, wasn't there?
Kokichi talked like he noticed something. Pretending not to know?
Even Gonta is suspicious of me? I always thought you would be the one to trust me!
Gonta, why?
Sorry, Gonta not mean it like that.
There's no need to apologize to him. He's probably just lying again.
What was the other strange occurrence? Did you see it, Shuichi?
Mind mine. What weird phenomenon happened in the virtual world? Oh, I gotta break these still. I see it. The easiest minigame ever.
The sign that we were using as a bridge was odd to me. Odd how? We mentioned it before, but Mew dropped the sign in the river. We found it later, but there was something unnatural about it.
More Psych Taxi. Oh, really digging the taxi tonight. Is it just me or is this case super simple? I feel like I'm way ahead of the game on this one. Second taxi. At which point was the signboard? At which point was the signboard swept away? Thinking time. Where's the end of the river? Thinking time. Good. I can't believe we have to go through like this length to prove that we're not flat earthers here. It doesn't feel like a big reveal. Oh, that was big letters. Where was the signboard after it was swept away? Oh yeah, you're right. It's Psyche Taxi. I keep saying Psych Taxi. Pass through the center. Pass through the center. Wow, we got a one-lane highway here. Compared to the river's current, which way did the signboard float? The wrong way. Good.
It appeared as though the sign was carried against the river's current. We all saw Mew drop the sign and watched the river carry it downstream. And the river was wide there. The sign should have traveled downriver toward the chapel, correct? It should have hit the wall on the far side of the chapel and stopped there, but that's not where we found it. We found it near the mansion, nestled in some rocks.
The signboard should have been near the chapel, but we found it on the other side.
Hold up. Didn't you stay on the chapel side? She probably grabbed the signboard from the chapel walls across the river, then left it on the boulders near the mansion so she could get back.
Why would she leave the signboard where it could get swept away and leave her stranded?
Also, this has nothing to do with walking through the wall, right? We're getting off topic. We're so close to the truth. We just have to connect the how and what.
The how and what?
All the mysterious things that happened have to connect with each other somehow.
Connect how?
A wall only objects can pass through. Sounds that shouldn't be heard. A signboard going against the river current. How are they all connected?
I don't know, but Shuichi should know, right?
What?
We would be in a lot of trouble if you didn't. The only one who can solve this mystery and save us all is you.
So, how are they connected? Do you know Shuichi?
I'm more interested in Oma's antics than this actual case, because the case is easy.
Well, what we know so far is that the unnatural way the sign was carried is possibly related to the wall.
What? What clue is related to the unnatural way the signboard was carried on the river? What kind of question is that? It doesn't make any sense. What clue is related to the unnatural way the signboard was carried on the river? Maybe? Oh, maybe it's wanting me to say map.
Oh no!
Oh, maybe it wants me to say this?
This is it!
Okay. I mean, it was the same idea.
It might have to do with a wall that only objects can pass through. The sign should have stopped at the wall on the other side of the chapel.
Now you'll notice that the wall is also on the map, which I tried to present.
But if that wall happened to be the one that Muse set to allow objects through,
I see. It's a wall only non-humans can pass through. That means the signboard can pass through the wall, right?
Even if it could pass through the chapel wall, how did it end up by the mansion?
The only way it could do that is if the wall was a warp zone. But it's not, right?
You're right.
Leave it to me, Shuichi. I, your partner, will give you hints in times of trouble. This is the virtual world. We should throw away all of our common sense, okay?
Huh? The hell does that even mean?
The signboard teleported. It's another signboard.
that's it! What if both ends of the river were connected?
Huh? Both ends of river connected?
Exactly. To put it another way, the river isn't cut off at the wall near the chapel.
Hey, the case itself is perfectly easy. Whether or not the game lets me say the right things, different issue.
It's all part of one big loop. The upstream part of the river is connected to it.
What? What are you talking about? Both ends of the river can't...
Again, throw out all common sense from your head. We're talking about the virtual world.
Then what about the wall? There was only one wall that could be passed through.
Right. Even if the river's connected and it goes through the chapel wall, it wouldn't have been able to go through the mansion wall too.
I got it. I know why Mew only set up one wall.
Because she ran out of budget.
What are you talking about now?
They're the same wall.
That's it.
See, they wanted this to be like the big reveal, but I immediately
the walls
suspected
by the
it.
chapel and the mansion aren't separate. They're the same wall.
Too easy.
The same wall?
It's not just the river. The walls themselves are connected. Don't think of it as two separate walls, but a single wall parallel to the y-axis. That single wall divides the entire virtual world.
You know what one is actually a better case than this? I think it was in 2.
The idea is you pass through the wall by the chapel and come out by the mansion.
Yeah. 2 had one where like the building dimensions or something were like completely wrong. And that was the better twist than this because you don't think of that off the top of your head. This was like so obvious it hurt. Yeah, you guys know the one I'm talking about. Yep, that's the one.
Everything is starting to connect. See, didn't I tell you? Everything is connected.
Damn it, Kokichi! Just tell us...
It's okay. More importantly, this is the final stretch!
The final stretch.
If both the river and wall are connected, then you can find the secret. Shuichi, you already know the secret behind the virtual world, right?
Oh, we're going into a gambit. What is a unique feature of the virtual world? Ooh, that's not it. Not round world. Okay, it's world something. World peace. World loops. World loops. World loops. Oops, that's not a no. Crushed it.
Yes, that's it. The virtual world is a loop.
Nice smack. Pool of souls. Huichi. VR did this. I can't think of anything funny to use block letters for. That's okay. I appreciate the hardcore fans of the stream who have been block lettering Hangman's Gambits since they began.
Loop? Just like in old games, right? Like, for example, when a character goes off the left side of the screen and reappears on the right.
Yes, exactly. The edges of the virtual world are linked together in a continuous loop.
The The virtual world loops?
What in the world?
If that's true, it would explain the way the signboard was swept away. It vanished into the wall downstream of the river, came out of that same wall upstream,
Apologies to Kyrie
and flowed
Irving.
with the current until it got caught on the rocks.
What was the world like before Mew added the wall?
Actually, there wasn't a wall on the y-axis at all, and the x-axis was set to loop.
Are you serious? Even if it is a computer program, isn't that too crazy?
It's too crazy for computers.
A looping world. That's more extraordinary than even magic.
But at least it's not a boring answer. It also explains all the things that happened.
Huh? It doesn't explain everything, does it? Because we still don't know why we heard that one sound or Kibo's voice.
Yeah, sound doesn't go past the map loading point.
Actually, if we know that the world is a loop, we can explain that as well.
Huh? Really?
Yes. But first we need to be clear where the loop starts.
Oh, crap.
Where the loop starts. Doesn't it loop at the walls next to the mansion and chapel?
No.
Not necessarily. If we heard a noise at the chapel from inside the mansion, then the loop... There!
You're the only one.
The map loading point was where the virtual world looped. We thought the loading point was in the middle of the map. But the loading point was actually at the edges.
So the wall Mew created wasn't at the edges of the world, but rather, her wall was at the center of the world.
I see. So the mansion and chapel were near each other, with a wall between them, and any sound emitted near the chapel would also reach the mansion. The wall only allows non-humans to pass through, so sound should be able to pass through easily.
That's right. That's how the virtual world works.
Impressive, Shuichi! For you to get this far! Yes! Yes! You are useful indeed!
Yes!
For you to get this far, what are you, some villain pulling the strings?
Well, he's not wrong about that. That is what a puppet master does.
Nope. Mew pulled the strings here, not me. Remember? Mew also set this trap. It all began when Mew showed us the map. Because of the map, we mistakenly thought the loading point was at the center, which in turn made the mansion and chapel seem farther away from each other.
But the structure of the world wasn't actually like that. There was a wall along the y-axis, and the x-axis came around in a loop.
I feel like we are starting to talk in loops as well.
By putting that wall in the center of that world, she cut off the loop.
So ever since Mew showed us that map, we were caught in her trap. But we solved this mystery thanks to Shuichi. All hail our savior!
Praise be to Shuichi.
Yeah, if Shuichi wasn't here, then we never would have solved this mystery. That's right. Good work, Shuichi.
Thanks, Shuichi. You saved us.
You're welcome.
Just because we found out the virtual world's secret doesn't mean we can take it easy yet. Actually, this culprit hunt just got to the exciting part. Even if we know all the tricks, it's pretty meaningless if we don't find the culprit. That's how a class trial works, after all!
Keiji talking like Monokuma again.
No matter what you say, I'm not gonna believe your lies. I'm gonna believe in everyone.
Don't believe
That's how I'm
Ondor's
gonna reach the
lies.
truth.
I can't wait to see what happens next!
Wait, hold on. Hold the phones. Hold the phones. I'm catching up on chat. Caden wants to kill Kokichi. Shaking my head. Shaking my head. Why would you want to kill the best character in this game? Kokichi is such a good villain. I wonder why he's harping on Kaido so much, though. You know, we're going to have to go to an intermission on that one. There are still unanswered questions. Kokichi is amazing. Now you're understanding. Now you're seeing the light. Yes. Actually, like in all sincerity, like I think Kokichi is probably the most interesting villain in the series. I think I'm throwing that out there. That might be an unpopular opinion. I think he's the most interesting villain. But in any case, we're going to take a quick break because it's the intermission here. We'll go right back into the class trial in about 60 seconds or so. I'm just going to get up and stretch for a minute. So we'll see you on the other side here. Go get a snack or something. We'll be back. I'm back, everybody. All right, so I'm looking at this and I'm seeing that when I disappear, there's a lot of chat uproar. Apparently, if I disappear, that gives you permission to take off your pants, which makes me wonder, why are you wearing pants in the first place? I mean, I don't know about you guys, but I mean, it's your house, you know, like it's your room. Do what you want. My pants are comfy and I don't live alone. That never stopped me. Frankly, it just never stopped me. You know, sometimes your roommates need convincing too. Yeah, why do you think I turn off the camera when I get up? Exactly. I mean, don't get me wrong, I like showing the Peiko GIF. Would I like to overwrite the save data in this slot? I suppose I could do that. Okay. Let's go back to the class trial.
Aww. another thing.
This is getting weird.
Yeah?
Yeah!
Ah! Huh? Huh? Really? Huh? Huh? Oh.
I think Monokuma's losing it.
My
One,
head!
two,
I feel like I'm forgetting someone important
One.
to me, but I just can't.
two.
My head! My head hurts so much, I just can't remember.
Have you forgotten? Maybe that's for the best. From this point forward, let's start a new life for ourselves. After all, our baby is excited to meet his daddy, you know?
Daddy? Wait, what? I'm gonna be a father?
You are not the father.
What a colossal death flag. I'll be surprised if he doesn't die after that.
More importantly, let's continue the conversation where we left off.
We understand Mew plotted the murder, but we need to find out who killed her.
And in order to figure that out, we need to understand Mew's actions. So let's discuss her murder scheme step by step.
I know that's important, but hearing you lead the conversation really pisses me off.
Let's see. Mew manipulated the virtual world to use it as part of her murder plan.
Don't just ignore me and start anyway.
If she had succeeded, she would have gone past the wall between the chapel and mansion. And then wham! Murdered me on the roof with the hammer.
She would make the murder seem like it happened in the real world, and then pin it on Kaito.
As for Mew's alibi in the real world, she could say she was locked into the virtual world, and in the virtual world, she could say she was near the chapel the entire time.
She'd make an excuse about how she couldn't reach the mansion because of the fallen bridge. She dropped the bridge on purpose so she could separate the chapel from the mansion.
All right, I'm gonna go with an all-in, risk-it-all final guess. Are you ready for this? This is so out of left field. You guys, you're not gonna believe this. Okay, this is how wrong my guess is gonna be. This is so wild. Nobody would think of this. All right, here's my guess. I don't know if you can even classify it as a suicide, but I think it was an accidental suicide, and it's death by glitch. She glitched herself to death in her own virtual world. Nobody else had any motivation. She just, oops, I screwed up. Didn't mean to have that happen. That's my wild guess. You heard it here first.
Passed through the wall she installed and took advantage of the loop. After, she headed to where we were supposed to meet at, the mansion's rooftop. Oh yeah, Kaito was probably logged out around that time too.
That's when I saw Mew.
Problem is, because of her murder plans, we don't even know where she was killed.
She was killed on the roof, right? Kokichi told us the roof door was locked and that he couldn't get through.
Maybe that when culprit killed her.
That's probably what happened. The culprit killed her on the locked roof.
Did the culprit lock the door to the roof?
Perhaps. I don't think Mew did it. If Mew did lock it, she would have done it when she called Kokichi to the roof. Even if someone came up, I don't believe she would change the target of her plan. She knew that Kokichi would come up later. Locking the door would be suspicious.
Well, it's possible she didn't even think that far ahead.
Wait a minute. Okay, let me extend my theory. Let me extend my theory. It was a suicide because the character avatars are swapped and she kills her own avatar by mistake because it looks like somebody else. That's the cosmic brain answer. I kind of think the simpler answer might be correct. Like maybe I'm going too far with it now, but something along those lines.
She was smart, but she was also really, really dumb.
No say such mean things.
Gonta would never say
Killing
such
game
things.
Bad, not Mew.
Killing game bad.
Mew not bad person. Going to think we could have been friends if things different.
That might have been difficult, even without this killing game.
Harsh truth.
That wouldn't happen.
Nuh-uh. No way, Jose.
Huh? Anyway, let's continue the discussion.
Poor Gonta.
If Mew was killed on the roof of the mansion, the culprit must have moved Mew's avatar to the chapel after killing her, right?
So the next thing we should talk about is how they moved her avatar.
So, what was supposed to happen is that if Mew touched Oma's avatar, then Oma couldn't move. Right? So what if oopsie poopsie, like, that's my avatar. The wheels are turning. I'm getting ideas, but I don't know. I don't think I've pinpointed it yet.
Now we know the mansion and chapel were actually next to each other. But the problem is the wall between them.
Only Mew was able to go through that wall. The culprit wouldn't have been able to.
Then you're saying the culprit sent Mew's avatar through that wall?
Yeah, that's the only way, right?
Or the culprit had Mew's avatar.
But how did the culprit send Mew's avatar through the wall? I mean, it's not like they could have thrown her.
Don't to not throw her!
We know. You couldn't because the avatar's physical strength was equalized.
Physical strength equalized? That problem. Going to know can protect everyone if that happens.
Jeez, keep up with us. We're already in the second half of the class trial.
Stop bullying Gonta,
How
please.
did they send Mew's avatar to the other side of the wall? Maybe that thing has something to do with it.
That thing?
You know, the loud sound you heard. Because of that sound, you guys went to the side of the chapel. Right, Keyboy? That's when you found the dead Mew there, right? If so, then I think that sound and her avatar being by the chapel are related.
That sounded like two objects colliding. The hammer hitting the wall, the cell phone hitting the wall, the lattice hitting the wall, Mew hitting the wall. I guess it could be this. Nope.
Oh no!
Fine. Maybe it would be Mew hitting the wall then. The lattice hitting the wall? Maybe. I mean, it was there.
That's it!
That's it. Pick the right one.
I think the sound came from Mew's avatar hitting the chapel wall. The hammer, cell phone, and lattice were there, but they were too small to make that noise. Ruling those out, the only other explanation is that the sound was Mew colliding with a wall.
If that's the case, Mew's avatar must have hit the chapel wall really hard. We felt the impact all the way from the inside of the chapel.
Yeah, that's the real question. Mew's avatar probably hit the chapel's wall with pretty considerable force. But why did it hit the wall with such force? Can you guys figure it out?
Can you figure it out?
Hold on, Kokichi. What's up with the way you're talking? Why are you talking like you know everything?
Because he does.
Let's not worry about that right now. More importantly, we gotta solve the mystery. Fighting among friends is a waste of time.
Friends? Us?
Anyway, can we talk about that after we figure this problem out?
Reminder that she's in this game.
A way of transporting Mew's avatar that would cause it to crash into the chapel.
I don't feel like the cosplayer has done anything. Getting Mew's avatar to crash into the chapel from the mansion's roof.
Hey, Shuichi, as your partner, I'll give you a little hint.
Your what?
Since the mansion was on top of a hill, the roof was pretty high up, right?
You're right.
Past the brick handrail, the roof was at a pretty steep slope,
That is a pretty steep slope.
and the slope faced the chapel wall. On top of that, there was snow on the roof. If the culprit needed force to move the body, I wonder how they did it.
Let's do it. How did Mew's avatar go crashing into the chapel? What letters do we have? Maybe it's one of these. Slid off roof. Oh, there's a Monokuma bomb. I didn't even know that was a thing. Easy peasy.
The culprit used the sloped roof as a slide for Mew's avatar.
Slide? Aw, man. Even with the slope and the snow, Mew's body wouldn't have slid.
Wrong. It would slide.
But the avatars can generate friction. We wouldn't have been able to walk otherwise. So I doubt that it would have had that much momentum.
No. It would slide.
No.
It wouldn't slide, just like Maki Roll said.
It would slide, just like Shumai said.
Oh, are we really getting a split opinion on this one?
Who the hell is Shumai?
Oh, he's a pupil of Ramen Man.
Ramen Man?
Sorry, my hobby slipped in.
My hobbies slipped in. Oh, it's just a non-stop. All right, it's not a split opinion. Not yet, anyway.
Even if her avatar slid off the roof, would it slide off that quickly?
Well, duh, it would.
If it made that much noise, it must have built up a lot of speed.
Lots of snow piled up on roof. And not frozen solid, right?
You'd still slide, though.
Still slide.
In the real world, it might be difficult. But in the virtual world, perhaps not.
I agree.
That's not the issue. Sliding down snow is easy to do.
Sliding down
You just
snow is
need a
easy
sled or skis to cut the friction.
to do.
There was nothing like that around them. That's wrong!
That's wrong. Another one against my sidekick.
No, wait. There was something that could have been used to help slide Mew's body. Do you remember the lattice that was found by Mew's avatar? The culprit laid her on top of that, then used it as a sled on the roof. I did notice the lattice in the storage room when I first looked. But during the investigation, I I saw that it was gone.
The lattice that was found next to the chapel is the one that disappeared from the roof? Then that's it. The culprit used the lattice as a sled.
Ding, ding, ding! That's correct!
Ding, ding, ding.
After the culprit killed Mew on the rooftop, they placed her corpse on a sled and slid her down the roof's steep slope.
The sled picked up speed, flew off the roof, glided through the wall only objects could pass through, and hit the chapel.
Boom.
The impact made all of her belongings scattered, including the hammer and cell phone.
Just like that hedgehog who loses all his rings whenever he crashes into stuff.
Nope, never heard of him.
I hate that guy and his worldwide fame and his stupid games, and I hate that hedgehog!
Don't know what he's talking about.
Daddy, I'm glad you're feeling motivated again, but you shouldn't be so hateful. You gotta be an example to our new family.
Yeah, Father. Or should I start calling you Grandfather now?
Now that we know how the body slid down, we're just one step away from the culprit. Well, Shuichi, do you know who the culprit is?
I do.
Yeah. In the end, we'll still need to guess the culprit, huh?
But Gonta can't believe one of us killed Mew.
However, since we know she was killed on the roof, we can narrow down the list of suspects. Meaning, the culprit must be someone who was investigating the mansion. Aside from you, the people at the chapel could not go through the wall or cross the river.
So that means the suspects are Kaito, Samugi, Shuichi, and Gonta.
That's real sneaky, leaving yourself off the list.
Ooh, you got me.
When we were talking about the rooftop, they clearly lied. Who is the liar? Me. I'm the liar. I don't know if this is the bait answer or the real answer, but, I mean, we've got a known liar here.
It's you! Kokichi, there's something I need to know.
What do you need to know?
Why did you lie just now?
Which lie are you talking about, Shuichi? I lie a lot, so you'll need to jog my memory.
Fine. I'll expose your lie right now.
Exposed.
It was that testimony that bothered me.
What did Kokichi lie about? Is the option everything? Do I need to clear this whole board? The answer is going to be everything, isn't it? Oh man, I missed a bunch. Okay. I wasn't sure if it wanted me to get all 3 of them or just specifically the part about the roof.
When you were explaining that the door to the roof was locked, you said... But later, you said... That's a lot of specific information. Stuff you wouldn't know if you hadn't been there.
Oh yeah! Now that you've mentioned it, how did you know all that stuff?
You could probably see the steep slope of the roof from outside the mansion. But you wouldn't know about the brick handrail unless you went up to the roof yourself.
Huh? What?
What's this all about, Kokichi? Did you actually go to the rooftop?
I didn't. I already told you that before.
Why you look so nervous?
Is this a sincere reaction?
But there's no evidence that proves I went to the roof. Wait, I remember now. That thing Himiko said.
Me?
At the start of the class trial, I remember you saying the handrail was made of bricks. Ooh, you so clumsy, girl. Gotta be more careful there, Himiko.
You so clumsy, girl! I love Kokichi Oma.
Is it my fault?
Himiko really say that?
She totally said that.
No, she didn't!
Yes, she did.
She did not!
She did too.
Then when? Tell me how long ago. In hours, minutes, and seconds.
What a worthless fight!
Stop them, Grandpa! All this terrible fighting is bad for the baby!
Yeah, grandfather. Stop them before your grandkid is born.
I'm not gonna apologize, because Himiko said it.
So damn stubborn.
How much longer are you going to behave like this?
Be aggressive. And fight lies with lies.
I didn't go to the roof.
I've had enough of your lies, man.
I'm not lying. The rooftop door was locked and I couldn't open it.
So what did Kokichi do?
I turned back at once, of course. And stayed in the salon the whole time, you know?
Oh,
Fire's
come
burning
on.
hell, you know.
If you're lying, I'll set your pants on fire!
Fire, fire, fire.
That's fine, because I'm not lying.
Then why do you look so nervous?
I didn't go to the roof.
I've had enough of your lies, man.
I'm not lying. The rooftop door was locked and I couldn't open it.
So what did Kokichi do?
I turned back at once, of course. And stayed in the salon the whole time, you know?
What? But that evidence literally says nobody can prove that. There are no witnesses who can confirm whether he was at the salon.
I didn't go to the roof.
I've had enough of your lies, man.
Oh, I gotta lie.
I'm not lying.
I gotta lie. Fight the
The
lie.
rooftop door was locked and I couldn't open it.
So what did Kokichi do?
I gotta lie.
I turned back at once, of course.
My turn to lie.
And stayed in the salon the whole time.
Fire's burning hell, you know.
If you're lying, I'll set your pants on fire!
I want my pants on fire. I gotta lie.
That's fine.
Because I'm not lying! The video was so ready! I didn't go to the roof! I've had enough of your lies, man! I'm not lying! The rooftop door was locked and I couldn't open it! What did Kokichi do?
I turned back at once, of course.
I pushed the wrong button.
I was...
I had none of your lies, man.
The rooftop door was locked and I couldn't open it. What did Kokichi do? I turned back at once, of course. And sitting around the
I'll reveal the truth.
Perjury.
Kokichi, you're lying right now, aren't you?
Huh? Lying about what?
Just before the murder occurred, I went to the salon to check on you, but you weren't there.
Oh, snap. You weren't there.
What? Really? I waited there for a while. You never showed up.
What's this all about, Kokichi? Didn't you go right back to the salon after finding the roof door locked?
I see. You use underhanded tactics too, huh, Shuichi? So who are you guys gonna believe? Shuichi or me?
Well, of course I'm gonna believe Shuichi.
I believe Shuichi 100%.
That's right. You're allowed to lie when people believe you.
The one who's not Kokichi.
100 house points. No, Himiko points to Shuichi. But to go to the salon, Shuichi would need to pass by me in the dining room.
I don't think so.
I wonder why I didn't notice Shuichi there.
Let's keep this on the DL.
Oh well, I'll believe Shuichi anyway. He's usually right about stuff.
Sorry, but I'm going to believe Shuichi too.
I see. I wanted at least Gonta to believe me.
What comes around goes around. That's what happens to liars like you.
Why do you guys hate lies that much? There's only one truth, but endless possibilities for lies, you know? And some of them are only white lies, or lies to be kind to people. If you deny all of that just because it's a lie, then that means you guys are just terrible at being lied to. Seriously, the worst!
Just spit it out already. You went to the roof, didn't you?
Isn't that where he met up with Mew?
No, he didn't just meet her there. He probably...
Okay, fine. I'll tell you if you want to know that badly. Consider this my revenge.
Revenge?
You got some balls lying to me. I'm gonna take away your fun for pissing me off, Shuichi.
Oh, snap. This is what I get for perjury.
I won't let you do any detective work, or deduction, or mystery solving, or anything.
What?
Oh?
So, I'll confess everything. You guys better listen carefully.
What?
Confess.
A confession? So you are the culprit after all.
I came up with a plan after Mew asked me to meet up with her.
Unbelievable. He's taking away my this is my job. This is literally what I play the game for. Unreal.
She asked me pretty eagerly, too. So I decided to pry some info out of her. She gave me the rundown of the virtual world before she explained it to you guys. As I listened, I realized she was planning a murder. On me, no less. When I investigated the virtual world, I found out that a person can die from shock. Without a doubt, she planned to use that for my murder. So that's when I decided to prepare my own crime with her plan. I pretended to cooperate with her and lured everyone into the virtual world. That's also why I worked together with Monokuma.
You did not.
You worked together with Monokuma?
I guess the jig is up. Yeah, everything he said is true. Kokichi came to me with an idea to make the killing game more interesting. It was such a good idea, I decided to place a motive in the killing game simulator.
You added a motive? Then the secret of the outside world is the motive, right?
No fair! Monokuma can't take sides!
I didn't help him with anything, and I had nothing to do with the murder itself. He merely suggested a way to spice up the killing game, and I accepted.
Did Oma propose the edge of extinction?
Kokichi
It all
and I
makes sense
had a
now.
Quid pro quo relationship. Technically, that doesn't violate the rules.
Bullshit! No matter how you look at it, you guys are working together.
Shh, calm down. I'll explain my relationship with Monokuma, so let me finish my confession.
I'm fine with that, but you're confessing without much of a fight.
I told you. I'm gonna get in the way by taking away the mystery-solving fun.
I knew I could lure Q into the chat. We did it. We did it. I knew it. What's up, Q?
If I can't win this game, then I'll make it boring for everyone. That's my revenge. Well then, the culprit is Gonta.
What? But I was in the middle of solving that.
What? Huh? What did you...
Wait! When did Gonta kill Mew?
That's a lie! He didn't kill her! Kokichi's just lying!
Now you're trying to pin things on Gonta?
Pin things on Gonta.
Do you really expect us to believe such an obvious lie?
Yeah, there's no way Gonta could commit a murder this complicated. He's not smart.
It's my turn now.
Oh, it's my turn now.
The truth is, Gonta and I worked together. We formed a duo to end this killing game. As the Killing Game Busters!
The KGB? He formed the KGB? That's another great name for an alliance, by the way.
What busters?
We must win this killing game in order to end this killing game.
What you mean, we?
By the way, I came up with a murder plan, and Gonta carried it out.
What? Why are you more surprised by that than the first thing he said?
Gonta wasn't aware that he was doing it.
Gonta have no idea what he's talking about.
That's too bad. Gonta got manipulated.
Come on, quit lying and tell us the truth.
Gonta is telling the truth! He's not someone who lies all the time like you!
And no matter how naive Gonta may be, I doubt he would ever team up with Kokichi.
Yeah, not after insect meet and greet incident.
That incident's so famous, they still talk about it today.
It's obvious what he's trying to do. Gonta doesn't understand the virtual world, so Kokichi's trying to trick him. He's trying to sacrifice Gonta to escape from his crime.
Maybe.
You're a terrible person! How dare you use Gonta like that?
You're right. I'm sorry. I did something horrible to Gonta. I didn't want Shuichi to hog all the glory, so I told everyone the truth.
Cut that out. I told you it's not gonna work.
I mean, I think he's not wrong.
Don't you think I could have pulled the strings and made Gonta carry out my commands?
Gonta has very pullable strings.
Doesn't matter if it's possible or not, because I say it's just impossible.
It does matter. There's no need to bring emotions into class trials. All we need is logical thinking. Right, Shuichi?
What? Gonta not understand what's going on. But still, Gonta not kill Mew. Gonta really not know anything. And also, Gonta not tell lies. And Gonta not make trouble for others. Cause that not how gentlemen act. That why Gonta not culprit.
Yeah, Gonta's not lying. I can tell just by looking at him.
I already used my magic to check. Gonta's definitely not lying.
Then let me ask you guys. If it's not Gonta, then who's the culprit?
You, of course!
Come on! There's already proof that I couldn't have killed Mew.
There's already proof?
Oh, did you forget already? Then let me make it clear again. Why I can't be the culprit!
Oh! Final form.
I am not the culprit.
You are the culprit.
Didn't I prove that to you guys already?
Look at all these lines.
Clue is how Mew is killed.
Mew got strangled to death, right?
Toilet paper was the murder weapon.
Toilet paper.
You would have totally resisted if she was being strangled, right? Then it would have been impossible for someone as weak as me.
You talking about the strength of your virtual avatar? That wouldn't matter if you strangled her from behind.
In which case, even if she did resist, the most she could have done is merely touch the culprit.
Exactly. She couldn't struggle much. So you could have kept strangling her, no problem.
I missed!
See, I told you I'm not the culprit.
How'd you arrive at that conclusion?
I'm not the culprit. Didn't I prove that to you guys already? The clue is how Mew was killed. Mew was strangled to death, right? You would have totally resisted if she was being strangled, right? That would have been impossible for someone as weak as me. You talking about the strength of your virtual avatar? That wouldn't matter if you strangled her from behind. In which case, even if she did resist, the most she could have done is merely touch the culprit. Exactly. She couldn't struggle much, so you could have kept struggling.
That's wrong!
That is incorrect.
Actually, maybe it wasn't possible for Kokichi to strangle Mew.
It would have been very difficult.
Why wasn't it possible?
Mew modified my avatar, so if she attacked me, I wouldn't be able to resist. If Mew touched me, then I'd be unable to move.
Huh?
So I would have had to kill her instantly, such as stabbing or hitting. I couldn't have murdered her by strangulation, because it'd be game over if she touched me.
What?
Well, if you were using the toilet paper, you wouldn't need to touch her directly.
But if you can't be touched while you're wrapping the toilet paper around her neck, then it would be impossible.
Which means, as long as she died from strangulation, it couldn't have been me.
Wait, what if it was something besides strangulation then? Like
triangulation.
There's no doubt Mew was strangled. We already discussed this.
Kaito is really desperate to make me the culprit. No matter how much you whine about it, you can't change the truth. The culprit who killed Mew is Gonta Gokuhara! This is the truth you all adore so much.
No! Gonta not kill Mew! It's true! You've gotta believe Gonta! Gonta would never hurt anyone!
I believe you. You've been risking yourself to protect everyone. There's no way Gonta would kill. He won't even kill bugs. I believe Gonta too. I'm not gonna listen to Kokichi's lies.
I feel when Kokichi is on door.
Of course! Who'd believe a liar like him? He's lying about Gonta being the culprit, so there's no point talking about it.
He's telling the truth.
Right, Shuichi? You think so too, don't you?
Huh? I know how important it is to believe, but as the ultimate detective, I know we can't solve this case with belief alone.
Huh?
It's just that something doesn't add up. I have this feeling something's off. We can't keep going back and forth like this. We need to discuss this.
What, you want to suspect Gonta?
I want to suspect Gonta.
Too bad, Kaito. Looks like Shuichi agrees with me.
No, I'm not trying to...
Oh, the irony! It's all thanks to Kaito that Shuichi got his act together as a detective. And now, Shuichi's intuition as a detective has made him more suspicious of others. Well, can't be helped. That's just what a detective does.
That's not it, Kokichi. I'm just trying to make sure that everyone
Shuichi, Gonta really not do it. Gonta not culprit.
Oh no, we've caused a divide.
Please, believe Gonta.
We might as well discuss it.
What?
As a precautionary measure, that's all. I think we need to seriously discuss whether Gonta was capable of committing this crime. Only then can we arrive at a logical decision.
You guys, why don't you get it? That's just what Kokichi wants. He's just trying to split us up. Shuichi, open your eyes!
But...
2 for 1 Truth Special! Sorry to ruin this tense moment, but you guys seem pretty evenly split right now.
I think we're pretty evenly split right now.
So, the Ultimate Academy is proud to present its very own more phenomenal trial ground!
I gotta say, Monokuma, the pep is back in the step, you know? Started this trial very, very low level, but here we go.
We're gonna do that again?
Shuichi, why? Why don't you understand? You're my sidekick, aren't you?
Kaito.
Split opinion. Oh, everybody's breaking it down.
Shuichi, are you saying that Gonta is the culprit?
Gonta is such a sweetheart. He wouldn't hurt a fly.
Could Gonta have even made it to the rooftop without being noticed?
There should have been witnesses at the entrance hall. But Kokichi confessed he was working with Monokuma.
Kokichi, I did cooperate with Monokuma, but only on a temporary basis.
It's all a lie. Kokichi is the one who killed Mew.
Kibo! That isn't possible, because Kokichi's avatar had special settings.
Gonta not kill Mew! Honest!
Shuichi, are you saying that Gonta is the culprit? Shuichi, are you saying that Gonta is the culprit?
I got this! I can't say for sure he's the culprit. I'm saying we can't rule it out.
Gonta is such a sweetheart. He wouldn't hurt a fly.
Could Gonta have even made it to the rooftop without being noticed?
Kibo! The entrance hall is all that separates the rooftop from the mansion exterior.
There should have been witnesses at the entrance hall.
I got this! No, none of us were in charge of the entrance hall.
But Kokichi confessed he was working with Monokuma.
Kokichi, I did cooperate with Monokuma, but only on a temporary basis.
It's all a lie. Kokichi is the one who killed
Kibo! That isn't possible, because Kokichi's avatar had special settings.
Gonta not kill Mew!
I got this! The truth is, Gonta could have murdered Mew.
Gonta is such a sweetheart. He wouldn't hurt a fly.
Shuichi, are you saying that Gonta is the culprit?
I got this! I can't say for sure he's the culprit. I'm saying we can't rule it out.
Gonta is such a sweetheart. He wouldn't hurt a fly.
Kokichi, don't you realize these so-called sweethearts can commit crimes too?
Could Gonta have even made it?
Kibo! The entrance hall is all that separates the rooftop from the mansion exterior.
There should have been witnesses at the entrance.
I got this! No, none of us were in charge of the entrance hall.
But Kokichi confessed.
Kokichi, I did cooperate with Monokuma, but only on a temporary basis.
It's all a lie.
Kibo! That isn't possible, because Kokichi's avatar had special settings.
Gonta not—
I got this! The truth is, Gonta could have murdered Mew.
The truth is... Oh, it's time to mash.
This is our answer!
I'm siding with Kokichi and Kibo. What a team.
In my opinion, as long as it is possible that Gonta is the culprit, we have to discuss it.
That's ridiculous. You're going to believe Kokichi over Gonta?
That's not it at all. I just want the truth. If we're going to survive, I have to find the truth.
But Gonta telling truth. Gonta really not culprit.
I still don't think Gonta's lying.
But didn't I tell you guys already? If you're planning to expose a liar, then you have to corner them psychologically. Only then will they reveal their true self as a liar, hiding beneath a layer of deceit. That's why it hurts my heart to persecute Gonta like this! Gonta, if you understand, then do it right. Make logical arguments for the truth.
Logical arguments?
It means use your head to make arguments.
Use head?
What I'm trying to say is, if you aren't the culprit, then you gotta prove that you aren't!
But Gonta really not know.
I'm sick of hearing you say you don't know! God, why are you so dumb?
Gonta just want to help everyone, like true gentlemen.
You're a true gentleman? More like a true nincompoop.
Oh.
Hey! Now that's just bullying.
Bullying? Yeah, so what? That's what you do in this game, right? You guys blame and gang up on me, but now you're gonna pretend to be good people?
No, I never ganged up.
Gonta, argue back already! Just make an excuse or whatever!
Stop it! That's enough!
Stop what? You mean stop the game? Hey, do you even know what you're saying?
Yeah, I know. What about it? I don't want to survive if it means I have to stoop to your level.
Oh, that's a low blow right there. Then just die in a hole for all I care! We want to live, so stop getting in our way!
Anti-bully ranger. Yeah, there we go.
Quit it. If you don't shut your mouth, then I'll shut it for you. Permanently.
Best girl.
Magi, please, calm down.
Sorry. It Gonta's fault everyone's so upset. But Gonta telling truth. Gonta really not culprit. Cause Gonta not know anything. Really.
Cut it out already! That's all you've been saying this whole time!
You're the one that needs to cut it out.
Yeah, he's really been playing dumb. Go just started saying, I don't know when.
That's it! Did Gonta get into an accident in the virtual world?
Oh no! So it's not a suicide that was aired out. It was Gonta that aired out.
Accident?
What was the accident concerning Gonta? Avatar error.
This is it! When we logged into the virtual world, an avatar user error occurred.
He connected his headset incorrectly.
An avatar user error?
Ever since Gonta logged out, he's been saying, I don't know, I don't understand.
That's because Gonta doesn't understand the virtual world, right?
That's what I thought at first, but I think it's because of the error.
What you mean?
Hangman's Gambit. What error did Gonta experience? I need new letters. Where's my L? Where's my L? Where's my O? bug meet and greet going to
I
gentlemen.
believe it's possible that
I love
Gonta doesn't
bugs.
remember what happened in the virtual world.
Huh? He doesn't remember.
You started saying, I don't know anything, after leaving the virtual world. I think that's the result of some kind of memory error.
Oh, that's why he doesn't remember anything that happened in the virtual world. Not even killing Mew.
What?
That's ridiculous! Quit screwing around!
Yeah, it's absolutely ridiculous.
What do you mean he doesn't remember? He's just confused.
Gonta told us he was bad with computers, remember?
Memory or no memory, Gonta never hurt anyone!
No way Gonta's the culprit!
Oh man. We gotta calm this mass panic.
Gonta never hurt anyone!
Remember because
Doesn't remember
Gonta wants to keep everyone safe!
You did it, but you don't
he would
remember
never
doing it,
kill a
right?
friend.
If there was a glitch,
Gonta is gentlemen! Gentlemen protect
should
friends!
have affected all of us.
That's what's up
Your
before.
lies aren't protecting anyone.
But because we're all okay,
Gonta not lying!
that means there was no
Oh, I gotta attack that one. Okay, I got it.
So you're telling me Gonta
Doesn't remember a thing about the virtual world.
Your lies aren't protecting
that means there was
I heard it!
I heard it. It's over.
The cause of the error that affected Gonta's avatar is the 2 cords on the helmet used to log into the virtual world. I think that Gonta messed up something with the cords, causing the error.
If he mixed the consciousness and memory cords, then there'd be an error with memory. Like an error that won't let you bring your avatar's memories to the real world?
What? Gonta, do you think it's possible that you improperly connected the cords?
Huh? How Gonta's supposed to remember that?
He couldn't have messed it up. I said it over and over. Right is the hand you hold your chopsticks in.
Oh no.
Oh, but Gonta holds chopsticks with this hand!
Oops.
That's your left hand!
Well, I think it's time to vote.
What?
Looks like it's decided!
What's decided? He's wrong, isn't he, Gonta? You remember the virtual world, don't you?
Gonta not remember. Gonta not even go to this virtual world place.
What?
Gonta fall asleep when he put helmet on. When Gonta wake up, Mew dead. Gonta not know what happened. So, Gonta worry. Gonta not understand what everyone talking about.
No, it can't be.
But Gonta try his best to understand. Gonta imagine real hard.
That's enough, Gonta. We already know.
Know what?
We know that you totally forgot about teaming up with me and killing Mew.
Oh!
Wait a minute! That lie! Gonta not kill Mew! Why would Gonta do that?
Yeah, it's a lie! I'll never accept this!
So let's say that Oma knows about the 2 cords being switched. Then he's free to manipulate Gonta however he wants.
And besides, Gonta's got no motive to kill Mew!
I already gave you my testimony on how I came up with the murder plan.
And I'm saying I don't believe you!
Kokichi, if what you're saying is true, why did you plan it this way? You wanted to plan the murder yourself, but have someone else carry it out?
Is the person who planned it also included as a blackened with the perpetrator?
Nope! Only the person who actually commits the murder becomes the blackened!
Then there's no incentive to just plan the murder.
But Gonta's such a gentle soul. Why would he agree to this?
Hold on! That hasn't been decided yet!
Who cares about the motive? Let's vote for the culprit already!
I'm ready.
I care about the motive.
Well, I don't care. Finding the culprit is more important in this class trial. Talking about the motive is meaningless. It's not necessary for this specific case.
No matter what you say, I'll never believe your lies.
We all agree that Gonta is the culprit, right? It would be impossible for anyone but him.
Impossible? Why?
It's pretty obvious if you use the process of elimination. Which means, Shuichi, you'll be my partner, right? Because if you don't face the truth, then we'll all die, right? And you don't want that, do you? Okay, let's begin!
Quit screwing around! I'm done putting up with your selfish bullshit!
Kaito, we should listen to his explanation. Our lives depend on it.
So, we can now take Keyboy, Himiko, and Maki off the suspect list. Shuichi, would you care to explain? I doubt they'll believe it if it came from me.
They couldn't get to the crime scene, could they?
The bridge from the chapel to the mansion was gone, and only Miu could pass through the wall. The three at the chapel had no way to get to the mansion, so they couldn't have done it. Kaito is the next one off our suspect list, and you know why, right?
Kaito had logged out ahead of us.
Miu logged Kaito out from the start, but she did that to make us think the murder happened in the real world, right? Since we figured out the actual killing happened in the virtual world, it would have been impossible for Kaito, who had already logged out. Miu's time of death was around 6:30 in the morning. That's after Kaito logged out.
Kokichi's completely running the show now.
It's the Kokichi show.
My synergy with Shuichi is super on point now, so let's move on to the remaining suspects. Gonta, Samugi, Shuichi, and me. Samugi and Shuichi can be crossed off, but what's the reason for that?
What? No, it wouldn't, because I was in the room behind her. We have alibis? Is that what they want? Fine. I mean, that's literally the same thing, but okay.
Tsumugi and I are witnesses to each other's alibis.
Both of you heard Miu hitting the chapel wall, right? The culprit was definitely on the roof during that time, since they slid Miu down. Because of that, Shuichi and Samugi can't be the culprit. That leaves only Gonta and me as the remaining suspects.
So, I think what's going to happen here, the opening question to start this whole trial was what happens when the vote is a tie. And so Gonta is probably going to rally a few votes against Oma, but the votes are going to be split. It's a split vote, ladies and gentlemen.
Then you're the culprit!
Sorry for getting your hopes up, but didn't I already explain that's impossible?
What? What did I miss? Oh, he couldn't have killed me. Yeah. That's the one.
If Miu touched him, he'd freeze in place. Kokichi wasn't capable of strangling her.
So then, it's down to one person. And who was that again? Well, who is it?
Don't answer, Shuichi! You don't need to answer that! This is all Kokichi's trap!
I did it. I'm the only one. Miu did it. It's a suicide. Gonta, true gentleman.
It's Gonta.
Shuichi?
Yep, Gonta is the only person who could have committed the murder. You get it now, right? That's the truth we were all reaching for. The thing you guys wanted so badly! A truth without any lies! Mew Iruma's killer is Gonta Gokuhara!
I really dislike the facial. It's giving me some serious Ace Attorney vibes.
Really? Did Gonta really do it?
Jeez, is that really your reaction? It would have been fun if you went all crazy. But you forgot everything, so oh well. A culprit who can't remember their murder is pretty interesting. So, better than nothing. If Gonta remembered, his cover would have been blown so fast. Especially since he's an idiot.
Hold on. I still haven't accepted this. This has gotta be Kokichi's trap. I still believe in Gonta. He's not the kind of person who'd kill.
Kaito.
I already said this a million times, Kaito. You shouldn't use emotions to—
You want proof? I've got your proof! After Tsumugi and Shuichi heard Kibo's voice in the mansion, they ran outside. And who did they see out there?
Gonta.
Gonta.
Kokichi said it himself. When Mew's avatar crashed into the chapel wall, the culprit must have been on the roof.
I see. If Gonta's the culprit, it'd be weird if he wasn't on the roof.
I disagree, actually.
It's possible that he fled the mansion after he heard the impact.
You'd have to go through the entrance hall to get outside the mansion from the roof.
No, you
Is
wouldn't.
that where Shuichi and Tsumugi ran to when they heard the crashing sound?
Then maybe he jumped off the roof.
In a manner of speaking, he did.
That's not possible. That rooftop was pretty high up.
Normally, Gonta could have done it, but his avatar wasn't strong enough. How about that? Now you get it, right? If Gonta was the culprit, there's no way he could have been outside the mansion.
Now you can't say Gonta's the culprit. Congrats, Gonta.
Congrats, Gonta.
What? Really?
No, that's wrong.
No, that's wrong.
What? Just because Gonta was at the mansion doesn't mean that he isn't the culprit. All the culprit needed was a way to get from the roof to outside the mansion.
Huh?
Looks like Shuichi got it. I'll leave the rest to him.
Kaito, I know how you feel. I know because we all feel it. But we have to face the truth. No matter how cruel that truth may be, we need to face it. To survive.
Whose side are you on, Shuichi?
Kaito, please!
Aren't you my sidekick? Was that just a lie?
Kaito!
Fine then! I'll tear that sorry reasoning of yours apart and wake you up!
Oh, snap.
I'll never accept this!
I hate this
Don't
movie.
you know Gonta at all? Not the kind of guy who'd kill someone. Don't you know that about him by now? I'll never accept this! Don't you know Gonta at all? Damn it! Why won't you believe Gonta? Why are you listening to Kokichi? Aren't you my sidekick? Wake up, Shuichi! Why won't you believe Gonta? Why are you listening to Kokichi? Aren't you my sidekick? Wake up, Shuichi! Why won't you believe Gonta?
Why won't you believe Gonta?
Why are you listening to Kokichi? Aren't you my sidekick? Wake up, Shuichi! Why won't you believe Gonta? Why? Damn it! Who do you want to believe? Remember what Kokichi has done to us! Remember how Gonta's always tried to protect us! How could Gonta be the culprit? Still want to accuse him, huh? You say truth this, truth that, but there's a reason Gota's not the culprit. Who do you want to believe? Remember what Kokichi has done to us! Remember how Gota's always tried to protect us! How could Gota be the culprit? Still want to accuse him, huh? Damn it! There's no way to leave the mansion from the rooftop! Who do you
What?
want to believe? Remember what
On the
Kokichi
meat
has
bone.
done to us! Damn it! There's no way to leave the mansion from the rooftop!
It ends here!
Damn it!
On the meat bone.
The toilet paper we found outside the mansion. That's what the culprit used to get from the roof to the ground.
The toilet paper?
The toilet paper.
The same toilet paper that was used as the murder weapon. That's why we didn't find it anywhere else. Not at the scene of the crime, nor on Mew's body. It was outside the mansion.
Hold on. If they use the toilet paper as a rope to get down from the roof, then they need to tie it to something. But there was nothing to tie it to.
No, that's wrong.
I know because I investigated the roof.
Oh, okay, Kaito.
You're stubborn, Kaito. You're still going on about this.
Of course I am! I'm gonna believe in Gota till the very end!
No, there was something that the toilet paper could have been tied to.
What?
The binoculars. You're the only one.
There! The binoculars on the rooftop. The toilet paper could have been tied there. However, I don't think the culprit actually tied it down there. They just hung it. And then used the doubled-up toilet paper to climb down. But in that case, they would have had to tug on it in order to take it down.
Yep, that's correct. Because I came up with that idea. But I thought I told Gonta to put the toilet paper back in the bathroom. Oh, I just ran into someone on the way and then threw it somewhere close by.
Going to true gentleman. Leaves toilet paper outside.
Looks like Kaito's morale is shot, so this whole thing is done now.
The matter does appear to be settled.
That... it's...
So, it's true. Going to really kill Mew.
But I'm the one who came up with the plan. Anyway, just admit your crime, Gonta.
VR did this.
Even though you don't remember, you still did it.
But why did Gonta do such a terrible thing?
Wait, before you start crying, you gotta admit your crime first.
Stop. I won't let you, Kokichi. If anyone is gonna get him to confess, it's me.
Oh, snap. Get off my field.
Gonta, I'm going to look back at the whole case one more time, okay? When you're convinced, you just let me know, all right? Let's end this together.
Okay.
Let's play. So we have the cell phone. We have the bottle of poison. We have the toilet paper that doesn't tear. So the bottle of poison. Let's see, right up at the start. We're all plugging in, and he plugs in the wrong thing, so that's not the poison. But once we're all logged in, she leaves the poison here. The cell phone, that's when we logged out what's his face? We log out. Oh, there's a lot of stuff happening in this panel. That's who's responsible for what room. The cell phone right here. She locks him out. Toilet paper that doesn't tear was used as the strangle. So here comes the gray man. So because the toilet paper doesn't tear, she dies. Kaito logged out. So this is after she gets off the phone. So he's no longer on the rooftop. The map of the virtual world was explained right when we logged in. And it was pointed out to everybody. So I feel like this is probably this right here when we're all gathered around. The lattice being used like a sled is after she commits the murder. Or after Gonta commits the murder. This is not Miyu committing her own murder. There we go. Miyu smuggles in a hammer. So let's sit on that one for a second. Threw the signboard into the river. So this would have been earlier, way earlier. This was like deliberately right here. Yeah. When we were all in view. Okay, so the only other one I gotta get now is Miyu smuggles in a hammer. So this would have been like while we're programming, right? She intended to kill Oma. So that would be this here. She's smuggling in the hammer. Yeah. Okay, so we're all looking for the secrets in different rooms. So this was my room. She was looking in here. The culprit looking for the secret would have been... Gonta was assigned to the outside. And then Kaito was on the rooftop. Binoculars and toilet paper. That's how we got out of the situation. And that leaves screwing up the cords as the only other thing.
This is the truth of the case!
Easy peasy.
The case began last night. After being convinced by Mew, we all logged in to the virtual world.
And this is why we don't use VR. VR did this.
To log in, you have to plug the memory and consciousness cords into the device. So, we all plug those cords into our helmets and enter the virtual world. But the culprit had accidentally plugged their cords into the wrong ports.
So, what I think is maybe missing from this situation is I feel like Oma would have had to have known that he plugged in the wrong things. Otherwise, this doesn't work, right?
Because of this, a connection error occurred between the culprit's brain and their avatar. As a result, the culprit would forget everything that happened in the virtual world. It's possible that this had an effect on their avatar's personality as well. because I can't believe that someone so kind could commit murder. But we had no idea this error even happened. And so, we all logged in one by one. Meanwhile, Mew was the last to log in. She had modified the killing game simulator so she could accomplish a specific goal. After Mew confirmed we were all logged in, she took out the bottle of poison and placed it on Kokichi's seat. This was done to make it look like Kokichi was killed by poison when we returned. Yes, the reason Mew modified the simulator and brought us to the virtual world was to kill Kokichi in the virtual world, but make it look like he had died in the real world. After we had all logged in, Mew explained the world to us. Use the salon phone to log out. Objects are unbreakable. Your avatars use all 5 senses. She also explained the map of the virtual world in the mansion's entrance hall, but her explanation was intentionally false. She wanted us to misunderstand the world. However, one of us was able to see through her scheme. The very person Mew was trying to kill. Kokichi. Kokichi was going to use Mew's plan against her and plotted her murder, but Kokichi wouldn't do it himself. He used a patsy to be the culprit in this case.
He used a patsy.
Kokichi was tight-lipped about the motive, so I don't know why the culprit agreed. But it seems as though right after logging in, when Kokichi and the culprit went outside, they were already working together to execute the murder.
I like Kokichi's avatar face.
Eventually, we met up with Kokichi and crossed the river to the chapel. Mew had us split up to try to find some secret of the outside world. Kaito, Kokichi, Gonta, Tsumugi, and I investigated the mansion, while Maki, Himiko, Kibo, and Mew investigated the chapel. Splitting us up was also part of Mew's plan. At the chapel, Mew told Maki that she was going to look around outside. She chased after our group while we were heading toward the mansion. Once she made sure we were across, she dropped the bridge into the river. This was to trick us into thinking that the river separated the mansion and chapel. At the time, we thought nothing of it. It was just another one of Mew's pranks. That's why we continued with the original plan to find the secret of the outside world. We went to the mansion and split up to look for clues. Kokichi searched the salon. Kaito searched the roof. Tsumugi searched the dining room. I searched the kitchen. And finally, the culprit searched outside the mansion. Around that time, Mew was headed for the wall that was on the side of the chapel. She passed through the wall and headed for the mansion to kill Kokichi. You see, the wall was a special wall that Mew had added herself. This wall was programmed so that only objects could pass through, and Mew had changed her avatar settings from human to object. That was the hidden route she prepared for herself. She set up a wall that only she could pass through. Mew headed toward the mansion, but she was seen by Tsumugi on the way. When she entered the mansion, she pulled out her cell phone. She didn't tell us that there was another way to log out. Then, she spoke a name into the phone, which forced that person to log out. It was Kaito who was on the roof at the time, the same roof where Kokichi and Mew were going to meet. By having Kaito search the roof and then forcing him to log out, she was making him look the most suspicious. But her plan didn't go smoothly. Kokichi was waiting on the roof with a culprit and the toilet paper used to kill Mew. While Mew was distracted by Kokichi, the culprit snuck up from behind. And used the toilet paper from the mansion's bathroom to strangle Mew.
Charmin Ultra Strong.
This was only possible because objects in the virtual world are unbreakable. Mew's avatar was strangled to death, and the shock killed Mew in the real world. After the murder, Kokichi left the cleanup to the culprit and left the roof. He probably returned to the salon as soon as he could to avoid drawing suspicion. The culprit then took the lattice from the storage room and placed Mew's body on top along with the hammer and the cell phone. The culprit heaved the lattice over the railing and forcefully slid it down the roof slope. With a body on top of it, the lattice became a makeshift sled and flew off the roof. It went through the wall that only objects can pass through before crashing into the chapel. That was the crashing sound that Kibo heard in the chapel and we heard in the mansion. Mew's wall hid the fact that the mansion and chapel were actually right next to each other. That's why Tsumugi and I were able to hear the crash from the mansion. As the final step, the culprit had to then get off the roof. Because we were at the mansion, they couldn't take the stairs or they'd be seen. So they used the toilet paper again to escape from the rooftop.
So, Oma could take the stairs, but Gonta couldn't. I guess. Because reasons.
They hung the toilet paper from the binoculars on the roof.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we're on Mean.
And used it like a rope to climb down. Once the culprit was safely on the ground, they pulled at the toilet paper to retrieve it. They would have returned it to the bathroom, but they ran into us as we were leaving the mansion. In a panic, the culprit tossed the toilet paper somewhere nearby. Without that one little mistake, we might never have solved this case, because the culprit doesn't remember. This is the truth you've forgotten, Gonta Gokuhara, the ultimate entomologist.
I mean, we checked before the case even started, and I was on Mean, so... Gonta.
This is the truth we've reached.
Sorry. Gonta not really understand, 'cause Gonta not smart boy.
Why did they have to do this to poor old dummy Gonta?
But if everyone agree, then everyone probably right. Gonta, trust everyone.
Gonta.
But why? Gonta kill Mew, forget everything. Gonta even think he not do anything bad. And then Gonta tried to blame someone else and make everyone suffer. Why? Why Gonta do such terrible things?
Gonta, it's not your fault.
It's Kokichi's fault. He must have tricked Gonta.
Huh? I totally didn't trick him. Before we go into that, it's voting time. We should finish up the class trial first.
But is this the right answer? We're not being fooled by Kokichi?
For once, I wish that we were.
Huh? Wrapping things up already? What a buzzkill of an ending! It lacks the rush of previous voting time. Well, after so many killing games, I guess it was bound to happen eventually.
It's just as well. This killing game is a bad influence on the baby.
Oh my, Monotaro. You're even starting to look like a father.
Yeah! I've got to get my act together for the baby.
Now then, pull yourselves together and let's begin! The heart-racing excitement as the blackened and the spotless face-off! It's voting time!
It's voting time. Definitely Kaede. What if I throw votes Oma's way anyway? What's the worst that could happen? So what? We all die. Vote for Tenko. It's not a vote for class president.
It's...
Let's see the result. Are we gonna get a split vote? Or will it be unanimous? Ooh, salty vote for Kokichi. Whoa.
Who'll be chosen as the blackened? Will you make the right choice or the dreadfully wrong one?
Big money, big money, big money. Stop. I win. Thought it'd be Rentaro. Could have been. Look at all that money. Skill bonus. Let's go. I got a C on the mining. Unbelievable.
Absolutely right! Let me hear your joyful voices!
What was that voice acting?
Let me hear your joyful voices!
Oh, I'm so blessed I got to hear that twice.
Damn.
Wah! Yay! And another thing. Here. Oh.
What was that?
Hey,
Oh, I see.
Huh? Please stop!
All right.
huh?
Because...
But
Gonta's memories didn't transfer over, so they're still in the virtual world as data. I can combine Gonta's consciousness from his last login with that leftover memory data.
Seems very technologically advanced.
Ta-da! Alter Ego Gonta is now complete.
Alter Ego Gonta. Didn't think we'd get an Alter Ego reference this early.
Alter ego?
Basically, it's a separate Gonta that only exists in virtual space. If we listen to what he says, we should be able to find out what happened in that world.
Huh? What this? What happening? Huh?
That's an interesting side-by-side.
Huh?
What's that mean?
Hey, now then.
Please. Why? Huh?
Oh, man.
Oh, Gonta.
Huh?
Gonta don't know. Wrong.
That's...
Gonta.
Yeah.
But... Gonta. What?
Oh.
He took the motivation.
Huh?
Yeah.
What?
The outside world.
What?
Please wait. Hey, hey! Huh?
In other words, yeah.
Huh?
What?
You know?
Huh?
Wait,
Incomprehensible.
Oh? You get it?
hey!
To tell you the truth, too bad.
Always messing around.
Yeah, they did leave. I remember this. Because they show up together at the bridge, too.
Could it be?
Maybe.
Gonta. How'd this happen?
What did you say?
Mercy kill.
No way! Wrong.
Huh?
How'd this happen? But...
Yeah. You get it?
Hold on!
Hey!
Please! Sorry!
Why?
Huh? But...
The Killing Game Busters. Gonta, so sorry. Wow, watching the avatars kill each other. It's like some sort of Nintendo DS crime. Or maybe like the iPhone crime. iPhone always had like really goofy looking avatars.
By the way,
Huh? Gonta!
but
Stop it!
Well,
Sorry!
Always messing around.
How can this be? Sorry! Gonta, idiot!
huh? Yeah.
Don't screw around.
Please stop! Sorry, everyone.
I know that! I suppose. So am I!
That's enough!
Please stop!
Hey, hey!
Huh?
And another thing.
So am I! Huh? I know that!
But
Okay.
Oh man, he's gonna have a bunch of bugs in his punishment. It's true. You might say that Gonta's virtual existence was nothing more than a bug. No, seriously, where did all of my viewers go? Why are you guys running away?
Ah!
Gunshot. Boom! Tetris for Jeff. You know what I mean?
Yeah?
Trying to find tomatoes to throw at my monitor.
Honey! Now then, I've prepared a very special punishment.
Gonta!
no. How can this be?
It's punishment time!
Sorry, Gonta, idiot!
Gonta, idiot. Poor Gonta. He doesn't deserve this. Uh-oh. Oh no. Wild West insecticide? That's a lot of stings. Oh, gross. Wow, rip to all the Mono Cubs. I didn't think we'd lose them both. Ooh! Ow. Oh, and let's just add some fire to it for, you know, really rub it in. Brutal. That's just brutal.
Thrilling.
All the Cubs are gone.
Dang it.
Why?
Unbelievable.
But how?
Got a minute?
Okay.
I'm gonna go mourn my dead kids later.
Damn it.
Not like this.
Got a minute?
What was that?
You?
Huh?
I don't want to, stupid head.
Kokichi.
Oh man, did you fall for all that fake crying? You're so dumb! I would never cry for Gonta!
Wow.
What?
Fake crying.
Because...
What? Hey!
Huh?
Which means... you really don't get
Ooh.
Hey!
it. Who cares about that idiot? I want to enjoy this game filled with suspicion and betrayal from the bottom of my heart.
Kokichi is malice.
I am the supreme leader of evil, so it's obvious my personality would be twisted. The more you suffer, the more I enjoy it. There are people in this world who spread grief and misery for no reason than the thrill of it, and I'm one of those people. Nothing pleases me more than inflicting pain on others!
You?
Then...
You're so dumb.
you bastard. Do you want to die?
Don't screw around.
Oh, big wham.
Oops, sorry. I tried to dodge you, but I punched you instead.
Unexpected outcome.
Kaito!
You?
By the way, Kaito, is it just me, or are you way slower? Maybe, just maybe, Kaito is hiding something from us too.
That would explain why he's been slacking at training.
Kaito!
Got a minute? You bastard.
Ooh! Wrath of Maki.
Let's have more fun. Monkey.
Right?
Are you alright?
Sorry.
Oh?
That's wrong!
Hmm?
No.
Oh, man.
That face, dude.
Kaito! Huh?
Hey,
What? Okay?
Did he die of poison now? Oh my god.
What?
So Kaito was poisoned?
Kaito?
Blood? Why? What's the matter, Kaito?
Come on. Don't freak out over this. It's nothing. My cold just got worse is all.
I didn't know that coughing up blood was a cold symptom.
You're a robot, and you don't know that? I'm saying it's fine. Just chill. I just coughed too much and cut my throat or something. I don't know.
Kaito!
Shut up!
Huh?
Well,
Right.
Damn it!
What a twist. Ooh. What is this?
It's almost time. Yeah, it's almost time. This should be enough. I'll end it. Now is the time. I'll end this killing game.
I'm so intrigued. I guessed the phrase. This world is mine. Horse A. Yeah. That was a great chapter 3. I really enjoyed it. We're running out of people. Empty insect cage. That's sad. We're Gonta. He doesn't deserve it. Yeah, that was chapter 3. Thank you all for watching my stream of the chapter 3 trial. That was great. Or Gonta, manipulated. I gotta say, the virtual world, like, it's whatever. Like, it's fine. The twist about the flat Earth was like so obvious. It just like made the case really boring. But I did appreciate the Gonta twist, I guess. Virtual world is so dumb. Yeah, I mean, like, I'm not a huge fan of it. I don't think it's necessary. Kind of plot devicey. But it's fine. Like, even if you haven't played a game before, if you've ever thought about how a map works, right? A map is not flat. So, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I think if they can keep the murders to the real world, it's a little bit more fun. Although they're kind of stretching for murder scenarios in this game anyway. They did the whole ropeway thing in the one case, which was a little ridiculous. So might as well just go all out, over the top, and have everything make no sense. Seesaw, yeah. That too. But anyway, I'm suspending my disbelief. You know, we're still playing. So next weekend, let's see. Let's look ahead here. So I'm gonna play chapter 5, but I will not be here on Friday or Saturday. So I think the plan is Sunday afternoon and evening. We're gonna do another all-in-one sort of situation. So be here on Sunday of next week for the chapter 5, also known as chapter 4. Yes, that was a tough one. You know, we lost Gonta, true gentleman. He didn't deserve it. But this is part of why I think Oma is a really good villain character, because Oma is just like in your face manipulating, you know? He's very like, look, this is what I do. These are the people I manipulate. You're all falling for it. And like, you know, like dance puppets dance, you know? I think that he's a great villain character. And I'm very excited to see what his definition of ending the game is. So we'll find out next Sunday. Then during the week, I'm going to play some more Sekiro. So that will be just whenever I have time this week in the evenings. So look forward to that as well. I'm going to upload all these to the YouTube channel, by the way. So if you just go to youtube.com/goldensrl, should take you over there. And all of my other Danganronpa VODs are up on the YouTube as well. There's a whole playlist with every game in the series. So if you want to go back and watch any of the playthroughs, you can do that too. But that is it for tonight. I am done streaming. So thanks everybody for hanging out here. Like I said, we'll do chapter 5/4 next week on Sunday. Let me see if I can find somebody to raid here. Why don't we go to... Okay. Sure. I don't know what is an appropriate follow-up raid. Everybody's playing Apex Legends. I don't know why. Why is tonight the night of Apex? That doesn't make any sense. All right. We'll go here. All right. Check out Peach's clearing his Steam backlog. We'll see you guys next time. Bye.